Welcome back to the January episode of County Connection. For our final segment in this show, we are going to be talking about public transit, and I have with me Bruce Camping, who is the planner for Summit Stage. Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you, Julie. Welcome.
And Mike Timlin from CDOT, who runs the Bustang Interregional Express service. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks.
Thanks
Glad to be here.
That
Thanks
was
for
well
coming
done,
up.
by the way.
What's that?
That interregional thing, that was really well done.
Oh,
Yes.
well, thank you very much. I've been practicing Interregional Express. Mike, thanks for coming all the way up the hill from the Front Range to join us here in the SCTV studio.
Well, it was my pleasure. You know, it wasn't dumping like it was last week, so it was okay.
Good. All right. I'm glad you had a good drive.
Right.
So let's see. Give us a little bit of a background on Bustang. The last time you came here to the studio to talk about this service was, I believe, about 6 months ago.
Right.
So what is this service? What's it all about? And how did CDOT get into the public transit business?
Well, that's kind of a long story that goes back to 2009 when the state legislature formed the Division of Transit and Rail within CDOT and gave it the authority to actually operate and fund transit. And since that time, the division has been working toward that goal of starting up a transit service. And that's primarily to meet CDOT's multimodal mission. You know, we're not just a highway department anymore. So basically, you know, this has been a multi-year project. We went out and went out for bid. We got Ace Express Coaches as our contracted operator.
Okay.
They were recently, Horizon was the original. Ace Express was, that's the Colorado operations, was purchased by All Aboard America Holdings, which is now the 5th largest motor coach company in the U.S. They're headquartered in New Orleans, but their chief executive officer is no stranger to Colorado transportation in Colorado. He has been for many years. His name is Craig Lynch, and he's been an adjunct professor at the Transportation Institute at the University of Denver. So he's well aware of Colorado transportation, and he's quite excited to be part of this.
Great.
He and his team are very proud to be part of this.
So we have some experts who are making this a fine-tuned machine.
Exactly.
All right. So how many routes are there in the Bustang service?
Well, we're operating currently. We started off. We launched on July 13th, with 3 routes, and we started with 7 round trips a day between Colorado Springs and Denver, 5 of which are primarily peak commute trips for commuters. 6 on the North Front Range between Fort Collins, Loveland, and Denver. 4 of those are peak commute trips. We have some, midday trips that are really quite popular. And then we launched, and those are all weekday trips.
Okay.
And we launched the West Route between Glenwood Springs and Denver.
And this is the one that folks in Summit County can use.
For the folks in Summit County can use. And it was basically what we did is we tuned it, we scheduled it so that it leaves Glenwood Springs early in the morning, so it makes a connection with the bus rapid transit system that runs between Aspen and Glenwood Springs. We have that connection. It's all about connectivity, and Bruce will get into that. And then it's all set up for the mountain residents to take day trips into Denver and get back the same day, or they can take day trips to either from Glenwood to Vail to Frisco and vice versa. That's what it's all set up to do. And we do have a number of commuters that are taking advantage of it.
Oh, great.
So we also, because of the demand on the West Route, we expanded the daily service on November 21st.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about more of that demand. So the service has only been in place for 6 months, and what's the reaction?
Reaction has been, it's been outstanding. We've been watching the Facebook posts, Twitter feeds, because as a state agency, we don't have a lot of money for advertising, so we have to use the tools that are with us. And today social media is the big, that's how we get our message out.
Okay.
And
So does Bustang have its own Twitter handle?
It has its own Twitter and its own Facebook page and
All right.
Instagram.
All right.
So, and I'm happy to say that as of today, we have over 840 followers on Facebook.
All right, and growing.
We have almost 300 Twitter followers, which is really quite nice. And our web page analytics is quite interesting. We get over 1,100 hits a day.
Oh, wow. So definitely the word is getting out.
Yes.
And how did the Christmas holidays go?
It's been, let me go back when we first started this. When we were doing public outreach before we launched Bustang, we met with the Summit County Board of Commissioners, Town of Frisco, some Eagle County Board of Commissioners, and every place that we went. One thing that they were concerned about is every commissioner, every town councilman knew somebody who tried to take a bus and that was full and couldn't get there. And the question was always, how are you going to handle that?
Uh-huh.
And I kept saying, we have a plan for that. We're going to make sure that we have the tools in place. Our ticket selling, we can see the ticket sales, and we'll be able to react in time so that we can have extra buses. And I'm pleased to say that in November we had several instances where we had, overloads. We were able to dispatch buses in time so that people had seats. And since last week, Monday, the 21st, we've had 6 instances of overloads. And not once has anybody had to stand.
Well, that's great.
I'm very proud of that fact.
Yeah, that is great to hear. So it sounds like it is running like a well-oiled machine, and people are really excited to use it. And one of the things that I love about the service, and I think is probably helping it to be so successful, is that connectivity with regional public transit systems throughout the corridor. So. Obviously, here in Summit County, that's Summit Stage. So Bruce, tell us a little bit about how Bustang connects to the Summit Stage, both from a scheduling perspective as well as kind of a location perspective.
Well, the location is the easy part. That's the Frisco Transfer Center, which is just off I-70, at the Frisco exit. And so the Bustang pulls in. You can actually see it approaching as it's coming in on I-70.
Great.
So if you're waiting indoors, you can get out to the bus stop. It's just right in front of the building. So it's good connectivity, good visual appearance as it's coming in. And we have buses at that time of day every half hour from our major sources that are served by the hub at Frisco. So we'll have half-hourly service to Copper Mountain, half-hourly service to Breckenridge, half-hourly service to Silverthorne. So all those half-hourly buses can bring people into Frisco in time to meet up with the Bustang as it's coming in from Glenwood Springs. If there should be a delay on the highway because of bad weather or something and the Bustang's, say, 15 minutes late getting to Frisco, then that coordinates very well with our other half-hourly buses. They only have a half hour or a 15-minute discrepancy then.
Okay, great.
So we're serving the Frisco hub quite frequently that time of day, and we can make our connections with Bustang. When Bustang comes back from Denver, it comes in the evening, and by that time we're on our hourly service schedule.
Right.
But typically the Bustang bus gets there in time to make connections at Frisco Station at 1/2 the hour during the evening times.
Okay.
And so people can access Leadville via the Frisco hub because we've expanded our Leadville service.
Right, and this was where you really did some kind of fine tuning to make sure that Lake County Link connection worked with Bustang.
Correct. We added a midday run to Leadville, round trip run to Leadville, that helps people midday, because we were previously morning commute, afternoon commute. And then paired with that midday service was a 9 o'clock departure from Frisco, which allows the Bustang to bring people in from Denver, transfer at the Frisco Center to the Leadville bus for the last run of the night that goes and ends in Leadville. So we've got connectivity in both directions for Leadville. We've got all the Summit County connectivity that is with the half-hour service during the daytime to get people to Denver. And then when Bustang returns from Denver, we run till 1:30 in the morning on most of our major routes, so we can distribute people to wherever they need to go in the county.
Great. And this is really a game changer in a lot of ways, because if you really need to get to Denver from pretty much anywhere you live in Summit County, even folks who live in Lake County, you could theoretically take public transportation to the Frisco Transit Center, take public transit via Bustang down to Denver, and then connect to RTD and get anywhere in the Denver metro area.
And then on April 22nd, that's when the new East Line to Denver International Airport begins.
Oh, okay. So even more options. That's fabulous.
That's light rail, right?
No, that's commuter rail.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Those are commuter rail.
So let's see. As someone who's involved in local regional transit, Bruce, what do you find exciting about this Bustang service?
Well, it's basically state-of-the-art bus system, regional bus system. The buses are gorgeous. When we were at the CASTA meeting earlier in September, we got to go on board and see all the features they had, the Wi-Fi and the comfortable seating and all the features that make the ride super comfortable wherever you're going in the system. It's a great connection because typically we've relied a lot on airport shuttles to get people from DIA to Summit County, or they rent their cars. And really we want to get the rental cars off the road as much as possible, get people into public transit. And once they're in the county, they have the network of public transit that they've experienced on previous vacations. And it's pretty reliable and pretty much like it has been historically. So they can come to Summit County knowing that within the county they've got transportation. But the link between landing at the airport and getting to the county is now provided for by Bustang and similar services. So, you know, we're looking forward to it growing and offering us more opportunities in that area.
All right. So, Mike, what is on the horizon? What do you see happening?
Oh, we have a lot of things going on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. One of the things, you know, we're involved right now with the Denver RTD with a technology upgrade. RTD is going to host us with their intelligent transportation system, which is which is a German company. So we have everything on the buses ready to be turned on there, but we're going to have to. There's going to be some coordination with RTD on that, and basically what that'll give us is it'll be all computer-assisted dispatching.
Okay.
We already have a GPS option on the buses, but this will kind of this way people will be able to go in there and say, where's my Bustang? They can do that on the mobile app already, but this will be they'll be able to do it on the mobile app or on the web page also, and it will have automatic passenger counters, which I think you guys already have. It'll monitor the health of the vehicle. You know, something going to go wrong with it. It'll give us plenty of notice so that maintenance can, you know, do their thing and get get it fixed before it fails on us. Right. It'll give. It'll provide for planning, so for service planning, and give us real granular data so that we know where the people are getting on and where they're getting off, and you know how to plan service around that.
Sure.
And then, of course, for the disabled community, the automated stop announcers, you know, the visual with the passenger information displays and the voice enunciators. So enhancements like that are coming in the horizon, not without a cost, but you know we're willing to, you know, to enhance the service. That's one thing that we'll do. You know, right now we're using QR code technology with our ticketing. We need to do there's some enhancements. It's QR code. You know, anybody who goes to the airport, you know, has a little code that you can, you know, on their mobile phone. We're using that for public transit. It's in its infancy, but it's probably the thing of the future. So we're constantly evolving that. The technology is getting better, and it'll be more reliable in the future.
So kind of a paperless system.
Yeah, we're trying to go paperless, you know. That's what we'd like to do. It makes it easier for everybody. And then one thing, you know, we just ordered 3 new buses, so look for another schedule in 2016.
All right, so a little increased frequency maybe, or?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, a little increase in frequency.
All right. Well, we will definitely look forward to hearing that news when it comes out. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about how people actually utilize the service. Where can they find information about schedules, see the routes and the stops, purchase tickets, make reservations, that kind of
There's
thing?
there's 3 ways you can do that. You can, on the bus, we have fare boxes. You can put cash in the fare box.
Oh, you can?
Yes,
Okay.
you can put the cash in the fare boxes. We're trying to get, we're pushing the fare box company to make them qualified so that they can take credit cards and debit cards.
Okay.
We're not there yet because of because of the industry standard for security.
Sure.
So the data security software isn't there yet, so we don't want to put anybody in jeopardy by stealing credit card information. So right now there's cash, or you can go on the website. You can buy tickets. You can print them out and use them, or you can use your phone. There's a mobile app.
All right.
And it's on www.ridebustang.com.
All right, ridebustang.com. And then, and I don't think that we've mentioned the fare of what it takes to get from Frisco to Denver.
Yes, right now the fare is $12 one way. I think that's very affordable, and
Definitely.
It departs Frisco Transfer Center, scheduled at 9:25 in the morning, arrives at Denver Union Station at 11:15. And then back westbound, it departs Denver Union Station at 5:40 and arrives in Frisco at 7:10.
All right, fabulous. So a great way
And of
to
course
get...
we've got discounts for multiple ride tickets too. So
Okay, great. So you can buy them in a bundle and
Correct.
get a discount. Excellent. Is there anything that either of you two would like to add about Bustang or its connectivity with Summit Stage?
Well, I'll offer that if you use Summit Stage to get to Bustang or come from Bustang and then take Summit Stage to get to your final destination, the Summit Stage portion is free, so we don't have to worry about that ticketing stuff.
All
So
right.
that free transfer already exists here.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much, gentlemen, for coming in today. This is a really exciting new service here in Colorado, and certainly a great old service here in Summit County from the folks at Summit Stage. So thanks again, and good luck with the rest of the winter.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting us, Julie.
Absolutely. And thanks to those of you at home who have joined us for another episode of County Connection, and Happy New Year.